Welcome back to this week's edition of Carolina Kart Scene, episode number 37. I had mentioned last week that I wanted to get out to Tri-County Kartway and film a couple of different races, but unfortunately them and a couple of other racetracks were rained out because of too much rain on Friday night and could not get their track surface prepped in time. So hopefully we'll be able to race a lot more this coming weekend. There's 8 racetracks I've slated on the line, and I'll talk about a little bit later on. Tri-County has also posted already their makeup dates for those particular races. So we'll see a lot more racing as the year goes on to the rest of the year. So with that said, let's get to it. First racetrack I want to talk about in North Carolina is Albemarle Speedway in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. They'll be actually running on 2 different nights on this particular weekend. On October 27th, on the Friday night, they'll have a Dakar Friday Fright Night where they'll be running a lot of different classes with Dakar motors. Dakar Extra Heavy, Pro Dakar, Junior Car, Dakar Champ, all kind of different ones that are going to be going involved. Gates open at 2 p.m. with prices start at 6 p.m. In addition to that, they're also having throughout the weekend costume contests, decorated trailer. Juice Box will actually be running on both Friday night and Saturday night, trick-or-treating and also food available. And again, the Friday night gates open at 2 p.m. with practice to start at 6 p.m. On Saturday, they'll have the 9th annual Halloween Havoc. Guaranteed $2,500 to win in Pro Clone and Pro Limited class. Also guaranteed money in some other different classes and also warm up. They'll also have red plate A and B that are on that particular night. It's going to be an early start at gates open at 7 a.m. and practice start at 9 a.m. Always a great facility, always good racing at this track, so hopefully you'll get out and run with them and have some fun on this particular weekend. Next up, talk about is Bear Creek Raceway Park. This is the former New Beginning Speedway in Dobson, North Carolina, just north of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. On October the 28th, they'll be running the Predator 100. Gates open up at 8:30 with practices start at 11. They have several different Predator classes that are going to have on the line. Predator 360, 390. They'll also have a Junior 1 and Junior 2 where you can run in either a Predator motor or a Dakar motor. They also have a Predator Champ 420 class. One thing that I've not seen in any other racetracks before is that they do require a sealed motor for this one. I haven't seen a sealed Predator or Dakar before other than Albemarle that is running this weekend also. So definitely reach out to the racetrack on Facebook for any clarification on to make sure you can comply with the rule. Other than that, hopefully you'll have some fun and be able to run with them. They look like they've made a lot of different improvements and a lot of great updates to the racetrack, and hopefully they'll have a good show coming out on the 28th. Next racetrack I want to talk about in North Carolina is Liberty Raceway Park in Stately, North Carolina. They'll be putting on the North Carolina Dirt Kart Series presented by No Limit Karting Supply. This is actually going to be the last race of this series, as this race was rained out a couple of weeks ago. And it's going to be really interesting to watch, is that a lot of different classes are going to come down almost to the last lap on the championship because a lot of them are really close. As always, this is a Maxxis Tire event with gates opening at 10 a.m. with practice start at 1 p.m. They got several different classes that are guaranteed with Pro Clone 425, Clone 390, Senior Champ 425. In addition to those guaranteed, they'll also have other classes on this night. They have a full slate of junior classes, in addition to Junior Champ, Teen Champ, and a lot of other different ones and red plates. They have a really good YouTube channel where they broadcast almost the entire day of racing across all of their channel they do have. So it's really great to go and watch and see. A lot of times it is a live event. If not, you can always catch it after they do their broadcast. So definitely a really interesting track to get out to, and hopefully you get out and have some fun and watch them. First racetrack I want to talk about in South Carolina is Sickle Hill Kartway in Manning, South Carolina. On October 28th, they'll have Havoc on the Hill on this particular day. Gates open up at 12 and practicing start around 2 o'clock. They're got a lot of different classes, and one thing that I've noticed with this particular race that you don't see in the other ones, they've got a lot more Predator classes. They have Junior Predator, Advanced, and Beginner. They also have red plate junior classes. They also have out of the box ones with no Dakar, but they also later on do have races with both Predator and Dakar. They also have a Sumo 450 race where the driver must weigh at least 225 pounds, and I've got that one. They also have a run what you brung class, so definitely a lot of great classes that you normally don't see are going to be run, so hopefully you get out and run with them and have some fun. Next up is Hanging Rock Kartway. They'll be putting on the third annual Jeff Big Boy Derrick Memorial on October 28th. This will be a Reaper tire only event in all classes. Gates open up at 8 a.m. with prices start at 11 a.m. There's a lot of different classes, red plates, junior classes. Junior Predator will also be running on this particular day with Clone 350 and a lot of different ones. Limited Modified will also run. Looks like they're having two different classes, the Limited and a Pro that's going to be going on. Clone classes, they also have a Dakar Hobby 375, so pretty much almost any motor you can think of, they'll be running on this particular week. They'll also have a Power Kids race and also juice box races on this particular day. So definitely a good event to get out to, and hopefully you'll have some fun at it. Also running in South Carolina is a makeup from an earlier rainout is on October 28th. Sugar Tits Speedway in Greer, South Carolina is going to be running the 5th annual Nathan Nick Gregory Memorial. This was again on a racetrack race from earlier in the year that's being rescheduled. Not knowing exactly what time gates opening or when practice start, so definitely check out their Facebook page for any updates they do have. A lot of different classes they're going to have on this particular evening. Clone 350, 375. They'll also be running Flathead 375, Limited, Junior classes, and also Champ Karts. So definitely a track to get out to, and hopefully you'll be able to have some fun. Running in Georgia on October 28th is going to be the Georgia Karting Complex putting on the Triple Crown Karting Series. This is race number 6 that they've had of this series, and this will be a double points night. Gates open up at 10 a.m. with prices start at 12 p.m. They also will be running Tread 360 and Tread 390 classes in addition to other classes they'll have on this evening. So hopefully you'll get out and run with them. Always a great facility that always puts on a great show. And again, this will be the final points race for this particular series. Also running in Georgia on October 28th is High Rev Speedway in Nashville, Georgia. They'll be running a lot of different classes, and they'll also have the Jimmy Knowles Stock Appearing class, $5,000 to win. They'll also have, in addition to that, junior classes, Pro Sumo, Pro Super Heavy, Pro Masters, Medium, Light, Heavy, all kind of different classes on the line. They also have Predator All-Star that they will be running on this particular night. Gates open up at 12 p.m. with prices start at 3 p.m. So always a great facility to get out and run with.